Hey everyone, and welcome to. Okay, the background's wrong, so I'm just gonna close that, and we don't need the. Wait, that's my camera. We don't need the other stuff either. I didn't get a chance to fix those, but my StarCraft is finally updated, and I am gonna launch it because we are going into a cool Clash for Char show match between the finalists from the Clash for Char number 12, so this should be a very exciting series. It'll be between Scan and MisO, as you can see from the stream title, so it should be pretty cool. I'm just going to throw us over to the maps just while I load up the single player replays. There is 3 replays, they're spoiler free. I don't know the outcome of the games. I know they were played on their streams, but hopefully no one will spoil things. And it's not boxes of Pokemon, no. there is lots of other stuff, but no Pokemon. But yeah, okay, here we go. What are we gonna do? We are throwing over to the maps. So, as you can tell, this is a best of 3 show match, and I just need to hide Maturino again, because we don't need that right now. Basically, those below are the map stats for the Clash of Char. I mean, no Tesagi, okay, it's fine. It doesn't matter. There's nothing broken. It's just a bit of an. It just seems to be whenever I cast the Terran players, they seem to win. So that's why the map stats are a bit skew with. But basically, what we're looking at is Circuit Breaker for the first game, Circuit Breaker for the second game, and if we go to the third game, it'll be Fighting Spirit. Now, the reason for this is actually a show match that was funded by Fujikura, or Dazen, if you know him by that name, or Dazen. Basically, Scan wanted to play against MisO again after the finals, because he wanted to play on standard maps. So basically what Dazen did was he was like, oh, I'll sponsor a show match between the two of you. So there's a $15 prize pool on the line at the end of it all. And basically what we're looking at is we're looking to see exactly who is going to take home the prize. You know, MisO took home the prize on... Well, they both took home prizes on Sunday. But MisO did beat out Scan on Sunday. So if you haven't seen the series, it's up on my YouTube and my Twitch VODs. I would recommend going to watch it anyway, because it was such an awesome series. But basically, this cast will be from replays. I've been sent them over. Hopefully I'm not lagging or anything, and we're going to go straight into the first game as soon as possible. I just have to remember to press Alt-Y, I think it is. But yeah, so let's bring it over to the game screen just quickly. Need to find my OBS. Here we go. And let's get going as soon as possible. So here we go, we're going into game 1. Wait, Remastered hasn't picked up yet. Need to refocus that to make it happen, I think. There we go. Right, so everything looks good from here. Let's jump into the first game. As I said, I don't know the results from this and everything, so it should be a lot of fun. And let's get going. I think it's Alt-Y, which I need to press like right away. Yes. Alt-Y. Okay, cool. We got the things. I think that's Alt-R as well. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so spawning in the top left position, we do have the White Terran SouL's Scan. Or SouL's Scan, I guess. And spawning over in the top right position, we do have the Blue Zerg SouL MisO, who is of course Zerg. So that's the reason for that. Now I'm just going to put their positions and their colours in my overlay, just as I normally do. I haven't seen anything from these replays yet. I don't know how the games went or anything like that, so if you could avoid spoilers in chat, that'd be great. I know some people did watch it when it was being casted, not casted, but being shown off live on their streams or whatever. Now, I know from what happened on Sunday, Scan thought he would have won if they were on standard maps. So basically, this is the result of that. And we're going to have to see exactly how this does pan out. Will Scan get his revenge in this revenge ban match? Now, that's a bit of a reference that a lot of people
I like your style,
may not have known. And thank you very much for the resub, Weema. Means a lot, man. Basically, OGN used to do this series called the Revenge Ban, and Whereas Faust's crush, or crash even. Okay, that's funny. But basically, yeah, there was a revenge van where they would get players in with grudges against each other. They would put them in like a warehouse in this big van thing, which would have it would basically have booths in it, and they would play in it, and it was a lot of fun. Like, it was always really cheesy to watch though, because they always went a little bit too far. But yeah, please ignore the brackets. I didn't turn off the command for this. But basically, this is a show match, so just a single show match, best of 3, between probably 2 of the best players that have played in Clash for Char so far. So pretty happy with that. Should be a lot of fun. We both see both players are playing pretty standard. We actually see Scan foregoing his favorite usage of that 1 Rax 1 gas, and he is going to go for 1 Rax expand here. And you see MisO just going for the 12 hatch into the 12 pool. Now, does Scan steal the gas? He is saving up his minerals for the natural hatchery. Natural command center even, so looks like he's not going to do that. He would have been a little bit too late to do that anyway. We see the command center going up as well, so nothing too crazy. Now, does Scan go for his 1-1-1 style off the back of his 1 Rax FE, or are we going to see the more, I would like to say traditional, but it's not really too traditional, the more standard modern +1 5 Rax style into mechs, which this is a very good map for it. Maybe that might be one of the reasons why Scan wanted to play on more standard maps for this, but both players actually did pick Circuit Breaker as their map, and then the final map was picked by Dazen, so he picked Fighting Spirit. So that's why we're gonna see Circuit Breaker twice in a row, which should be kind of funny. Looks like my key scroll speed's up a little bit high, so I'm just gonna quickly change that down. We want that on the lowest just to get the smoothest transitions here. And luckily that won't cause us any problems. So, I mean, it's a fairly standard game so far. We see the Engineering Bay coming up around 25 supply, so that is very normal here for Scan for that +1 5 rack style. Looks like Scan's being a little bit bold with his first form range, just trying to clear out any Ling scouts that he can find. He does know there's 4 Lings in MisO's main. They are trying to chase around his SCV, so he should feel confident enough to actually go move over there and see if he can do some damage. So this is a really good move by MisO, but Scan very cleverly actually does try and go through the pass through the Zerglings with a mineral trick there, but doesn't quite work. But he does get a little bit of extra scouting time. It's only about a second though, so it won't come into things too much. Now the funny thing is, usually when I'm solo casting a tournament, I'll actually have had like 3 hours of casting beforehand, of like warm up before we get to the finals. And I mean, this is pretty much a finals match here, guys. It's a best of 3, like right here, right now. We are pretty blessed by the StarCraft gods to be able to see these games, so it should be pretty fun. Looks like MisO is going to be a little bit aggressive here. Scan very cleverly going for the bunker after the academy. Very Flash-esque, I would like to say. You can see his second barracks coming up in his main. Looks like he will only put 1 Marine in the bunker for now, but these Lings shouldn't really be able to do too much. They're going to try and just move around, do as much damage as they possibly can, but Scan seems well prepared for that. We do see, as I said, the second barracks on the way, the first medic on the way with Stim, +1 of course on the way again. Now what is MisO doing? He is going into the Spire. He went 3 hatches there. And I really need to turn off those Nightbot commands, but it doesn't really matter too much, I guess. There's no delay on the stream, by the way, guys, just in case you're wondering that. It is casted from replay, so there's not too much point in doing that, I thought. But yeah, just pretty much just getting into things at the moment. We see MisO is taking up to his Muteless. The Spire should be done any second now, and looks like he will try and sneak that extra 4th hatchery even down here in the bottom right position. Fairly normal, nothing too crazy. We did see a Scan go up for Scan. He will see the Spire as well as all of the eggs morphing on the 3rd hatchery, so he should know exactly what he needs to do. As soon as he sees that, he throws down the turrets. They do take about 15 to 20 seconds if I remember correctly to build. So they should be ready well in time for these mules to come in. Now, one clever thing that Scan is doing, which lower level players may not realize, is the area where the mutants are likely going to come in is actually the main, because there's more room to start with. So to stop them coming into the natural as well, he moves his Marine Medic out, and this does force the mutants kind of into a corner if they want to do any damage. This is really good defense here by Scan. Now, he should have range very shortly. The mutants are just trying to bait out as many stims as possible, using his lings for the same purpose as well. And this is just going to be kind of annoying for Scan to deal with. MisO back at home is getting his third base up in the bottom right. Looks like really nice target firing there by Scan, though, getting 3 muteless for just some Marines. But that is a big bioforce to lose, and when you're going +1 5 racks, realistically you don't want to be seeing that. Now I'm just going to see if DND stops that coming up. No, it doesn't, so I guess... Wait, I'm in single player as well. That's kind of funny. Basically, we will see +1 is now finished. The 4th and 5th racks are now up. Teching into the factory. Now, what is going on with MisO's base? It looks like there won't be anything too crazy. Now, is MisO getting a Hydralist in? Yes, he is. Is getting that all-important Lurker upgrade, and that'll make it a little bit easier to defend this third base. Now, Scan throws down yet another scan there. Does check the natural just to see if there's any Lurkers involved, or any Hydralists waiting. Wait, there's no game sound? How do you mean there's no game sound? And also I've noticed I'm just going to pause this quickly. Oh, there is game sound. What on earth? Okay, that confused me. I'm just going to move the map overlay. Ah, okay. Right, fine. There we go. Unpaused. Looks like we do have some Hydralists moving down to that third base. They're going to allow everything to just stay alive. He'll morph them into, or MisO will morph them into Lurkers atop his ramp. Fairly standard. I mean, this is probably one of the most standard maps. Looks like we did have some Mueless micro there that I did miss. The Link's coming in from one side, the Mew's coming in from the other. They're going to try and take down this Bioforce, and they're doing a really good job of it so far. So many Marines and Medics have gone down already. Just Muteless left with a couple of links against these Marines, and they will be forced to retreat. But still, that was a great engagement by MisO, who will be looking to delay as much as possible. We do have some Marines coming in to reinforce, but this is not going to be a fight Scan realistically wants to take. There's a lot of links back out on the map, and his Bioforce has been cut down considerably. Now, how is he doing for upgrades? His +1 armor is nearly done. His science facility's done. He has his 2 starports, which will get ready to pump dropships and vessels, and gets a free overlord in the middle of the map as well. So that is pretty cool for him. Looks like we should have Hive on the way soon. Yes, we do. Hive is halfway done. For MisO. MisO just moving around as much as he can, trying to pick off as many reinforcements as well. Looks like Scan isn't going to take the bait. He's going to leave most of his units back here. Now, interestingly, he's actually got 2 bunkers, but nothing to actually sit in them, so not going to go too great. Looks like he is a bit wary of a counterattack. He knows the Zerg's army isn't out in the middle of the map. He is just sort of moving around, just trying to really get a feel for what's going on. And if needs be, I can turn up the game sound. That is well within my power. I am the king of the game, but there we go. We see the Marines jumping in the bunker as soon as that counterattack comes in. Now, where are the Bioforces going to go? They're just kind of moving back and forth, not really achieving too much at the moment. He will need to try and link up the rest of his units, but with these links and Muteless out on the field, that could be a little bit more difficult. We see another scan going down, just to... wait. Was that at the natural? Yes, it was. He's actually trying to check for any Lurkers. Now, there is one Lurker under this Overlord, and it may make him a little bit wary. Okay, the music's a little bit loud. Okay, as soon as we've got through this game, what I'll do is pause at the end, and then we'll just change the game sounds a bit. I have a feeling the settings... yeah, 1 second. Just because I don't want to cause any problems, the settings must have reset themselves. Wait, that's like the lowest it can be. Okay, so I've turned the game sound up a bit. Looks like it is a little bit louder now, so that should help. I'm not sure why my sound settings have got a bit funny, but they seem to do that whenever there's like an update to anything. But here we go. Scan moving out on the map once again, just trying to put any pressure he can on at all. Looks like we do have the Mulius and Lings going in to try and intercept these reinforcements, but Scan is doing a very good job keeping some units at home, and here is going to be a big push. There is 2 irradiates on these vessels, and they're going to be able to radiate at least 2 of these lurkers. Now the thing is, he doesn't know about the 3rd one, but with +1 armor now finished, ooh, nice snipe on the Scourge as well. But with +1 armor, he will be able to bust up this ramp as soon as 2 of those lurkers do go down. Now look at this, one spine does hit the Marine, but that's not going to be enough. There is another lurker coming through. There is a Nidus Canal, and there is a Defiler, but it looks like Dark Swarm may not be ready. Or maybe Consumer isn't ready, but here we go. Looks like the Marines will go in, or the Mules will try and go in and attack the Marines, but there's just not enough units. So many units for Scan here, and it's going to be a complete wash, but here we go. The Swarm is finally here, and that Swarm is going to push back Scan's army. Looks like Scan trying to reinforce the best he can. Some Lings, unfortunately, throwing away their lives for not very much, and we do have a big drop that I somehow completely missed. I do apologise, but here we go. A lot of damage has been done. I believe they were 2 evolution chambers actually, so that will delay the upgrades incredibly for an incredibly long time. Looks like Lurkers will actually clean that up. Looks like Marines and Medics trying to move in at the front side as well. They are going to move around the edge of this swarm here, but here we go. Swarm does go up on the Nidus Canal, not quick enough. The Nidus Canal is not saved by the Swarm, of course, but it will allow his Lurkers to deal with this. It looks like a dropship actually just went down there, so it's kind of hard to keep up with everything that's going on right now, where the multitask is pretty insane. They both play solidly over 300 APM. 2 vessels actually out on their own in the middle of the map. Is there going to be an interception? It doesn't look like there's many Spire units left alive actually. The Spire is still here. We do have some Scourge back here as well, but it looks like the Marine and Medics still pushing in. They've taken out the 3rd gas, and they're taking out drones as well. This is a very bad situation for MisO to be in. Can he actually recover from this? He's only got 4 drones down here. It's no longer mining. The Marines are now still at 1-1. A Sunken does go down, and it looks like this hatchery is going to go down as well. We see some drones and Lurkers and pretty much as many units as MisO can actually rally together are going to be moving down now to try and save this 3rd base even. But I don't think it's going to be good enough. He actually cancels 2 of the units building there because he knows that he's lost this here. Now Scan throwing up another Scan there actually. Didn't quite catch what that was, but wow, this is some serious guts. Actually trying to take his 3rd base again. Yeah, his 3rd base again at the bottom of the ramp where Scan is actually currently camping inside with units. This could be a very, very problematic. He needs to throw the Swarm down. He does. And this is actually going to be enough, at least for the time being, to trap the units up here. Now, looks like we do have the Vulture switch coming in for Scan. He's going to use the Vultures for mines, while he does try and secure this 3rd and 4th base. Looks like he's actually going to fly a command center all the way down from his natural to take this bottom right natural here. Looks like an Irradiate has cleared up one of the Lurkers, and that's going to be enough. Now, the problem MisO is going to start having, looks like he's going to try and take his 4th base at this middle left base. It's going to be a bit difficult for him though. And you know what, I think MisO is finding himself in a very, very bad position now. He's rebuilt both his evolution chambers, but his upgrades are really, really far behind. Looks like the Vultures are coming into full effect. Ling's trying to get a nice Mind Drag there, does get 1, which will kill 2 of the Vultures there, but it's not going to be enough. And MisO GG's out and leaves the game. Very well played there by Scan in that first game. That was, of course, the first in, I believe, 3 replays, so we could be going on to a best of 3. Fujikura did send me anti-spoiler replays, so not entirely sure if we will go to a game 3, but we're soon to find out, and that does put Scan 1-0 up in this best of 3 show match for the $15 prize. Oh, that was the middle right. Damn it. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's all good. I did ask SouL to cast, but I guess he was a little bit too busy, so it's all good. He probably got home from work late. Oh yeah, he's eating dinner, so he yeah, he just got home from work pretty much. It's all good, so we're gonna move on to the second game, and it will be once again on Circuit Breakers. Okay, and this time let's quickly turn off the replay bar. In the bottom left position, we do have the blue Terran leading in this series. It is SouL Scan. And in the top left 10 o'clock position, we do have the orange Zerg, who will be needing to win 2 games in a row to take back that $15 prize pool and save his honor. Of course, winning Clash of Char number 12 against Scan. Doesn't want to lose the series. They did play this immediately afterwards, by the way. So there was... These were heated battles here. They didn't want to give up. They wanted to keep going. But let's just quickly update the positions on the overlay, and it's blue versus orange. Okay, so it looks like once again we don't see anything too crazy going on. Interestingly, MisO is going to scout horizontally first. I think this may be one of the more common ways to scout if you do want to hide where you spawn first of all, because if you do spawn vertically, the Terran player can actually just sort of jut in there and see the Overlord before he gets to his base. But there we go, we will see fairly normal builds so far. Of course, this is the very beginning of the game, so nothing too crazy could go on unless MisO was to build like a 4 or 5 pool or something, but that would have happened by now. Looks like we will have MisO actually going for the 12 hatch again. So looking to go for a more standard macro game. Here we go, almost directly on 300 minerals. MisO showing he's pretty good at sort of optimizing everything. Looks like Scan will be going for the 11 barracks. 11.5 scout again, so it looks like we will see once again that +1/5 racks coming out of Scan here. Okay, here we go. So it looks like we will have the pool coming up as well on 13, so fairly normal from MisO once again. Looks like Scan, interestingly, does choose to go horizontally first, which is kind of funny. Had MisO actually been down here and scouted horizontally, you may have actually seen this Overlord, but we'll miss it, but we'll see it, and the direction, of course, by the time he gets to this this bridge up the top. So they will see each other very shortly, and it looks like Scan actually going to scout in a sort of Z shape, I guess it would be, just to check the other corner first of all. I guess it's mainly because you're mostly worried about lings coming from either close positions on either side, so I'm gonna avoid I'm gonna avoid the content of chat right now and just dodge any questions about that, because yeah, we do see the third hatchery coming up from MisO. Scan does get in the base. He will see everything that's going on now. How long can Scan actually leave this this SCV alive? His micro is pretty good. He is playing at 378 APMs at the moment. So with the second command set coming up for him, with the depot to help wall off, he will be perfectly safe against any kind of crazy link switches that MisO may do. Now, interestingly, MisO picked a very cool scouting pattern. I think he saw, well, he must have seen the SUV anyway, so he knew he didn't have to check these bases. But looks like we will see the lair timing around 19 supply, or more importantly around about 3 minutes 30, so fairly normal there, nothing too overtly crazy. It looks like only 2 links this time, not going to try and put any link pressure on. Scan's a little bit too clever to really die to that early on. Looks like he will skip a marine or 2 just to get this extra barracks out, his gas up as well. and he will be it looks like this time, rather than going for the +1 5 racks, he will in fact be going for the 2 racks academy. So even though it looks very similar, it will play out incredibly differently. Scan's still keeping this SCV alive, so pretty good work for him. The lair should be done soon. And what tech is MisO going to be doing? We could see some lurker play. I know that MisO has done that before. But very likely we'll just see the muters again. His muter control is incredibly good. He was on CJ Entis that is. He did get to the round of 32 of an MSL and an OSL, I believe. And overall, he's a pretty good player. He did get into the latest ASL round of 16, I believe, as well. So really honoured to be able to cast his games. Really a great Zerg player at the moment. And looks like we will have the third barracks coming up here from Scan. Now, interestingly, where is the academy? Am I missing something? Is it gonna... Okay, that minimap position is so weird on the replay. Look at this, hiding it. This is the ultimate hidden camouflaged academy. We do see Stim coming up at the right timing, so nothing too crazy here as well. Looks like the comsat will help create a mini wall there as well with the bunker, so really nice building positioning here by Scan. Okay, it looks like the Lings are actually going to try and juke in and see if they can pick off one of the Marines. This is going to be a pretty important battle as well. He only has... Well, he didn't actually have any Sunkens, building them at the last possible moment. Now, are the Marines actually going to be able to get in time? Looks like the Lings trying to force a stim or something. But MisO could be in a lot of trouble here. He's going to have to pull at least some drones to try and keep these alive. Looks like they do finish. Almost the perfect timing. And MisO will at least hold on for the time being with these 3 sunken colonies. The scan does go down. It does reveal the Spire tech is on the way. It sees once again that the eggs are on the way as well. So everything looking fairly normal. Okay, there we go. So we have the Muteless on the way, of course. A few extra Overlords being made just to make sure. Actually moving them to the back of his base, just to sort of micro around with them. Looks like MisO as well, this time is going to go for... As a matter of fact, I thought it was a drone again, but no, it wasn't. We do see the Muteless flying in. Are the turrets ready? Yes, they are. They just finished. So perfect timing once again by Scan. And is MisO going to be able to do any damage this time? Part of the problem was last game, his Muteless didn't really pay off for him. He got his Lurkers late. This time it looks like he will be a little bit quicker at getting that Hydralisk Den up and the Lurker aspect upgrade. Here we go. It looks like the Muos are going to fly around just to see if they can do any damage whatsoever. But look at Scan's defense. 2 turrets at the barracks. Looks like all the Muos are actually going to get caught here. They need to fly away. They do in time. But actually adding a 3rd turret, knowing that the Muteless count is a little bit higher. Interestingly, Scan leaving some medics a little bit further back from his Marines, maybe wanting to make sure they don't get baited away anywhere. Now, where is the 3rd base going to be coming from for MisO? Is he even going to go for a 3rd base? Looks like he is just going to stick on 2 base and go into a hive. So this should be fairly interesting here. Looks like the Muteless trying to get in, do any damage they can, but the Marines position too well. Of course, the +1 hasn't been completed yet for the Marines, as this is a slightly different build. So they'll be a little bit harder. The Muteless will work a little bit better against them, so shouldn't be too bad for him here. Looks like the Muteless still going to move away, try and force as many stims as they can. Medic energy will be draining slowly but surely. And looks like forcing yet another stim on this other group of Marines. So MisO doing a really good job just keeping Scan really in his base. Looks like he hasn't lost a single Muteless either. And just doing a great job. We do have the 3rd hatchery coming up. We do have the hive coming up as well. Lurker aspect is nearly complete. And it looks like we will have a little bit of a micro battle in the middle of the map again. And yeah, here we go. Not too much to report on yet. Looks like Scan's army is going to go up to the top right corner. MisO doesn't actually have that much to defend. He does have the 3 Hydralisks on the way. Scan does go down to try and check that there's definitely no hold lurkers or any lurkers at the front. He does see one morphing even, so he will know exactly what's going on. He should know that there's no lurkers defending this. Is he going to be able to intercept the Hydralisk? Looks like MisO going to jump in, try and do as much as he can to try and delay these Marines. And look how quickly the Marines are getting absolutely decimated. 2 medics have gone down as well. And it looks like MisO should actually be able to hold this. Now, another scan does go down the top of the ramp. He sees that there's no lurkers there. Is that going to be enough to make him want to push in? +1 is now finished for the Marines. +1 armor is going to be a little bit later. And this could be a little bit dangerous. MisO going to try and move in from behind with the lurkers, try and get a surround on. But he may actually lose any drones he has at third. No, he doesn't actually have any yet. So, unfortunate, well, I mean, he's not really been able to. He has to build the army units there as well to keep his third alive. Looks like the Lings, Mutas, and lurkers are now all being moved up here to try and defend. He needs to move in. He gets a nice lurker spine start with the Marines. The Zerglings and the Mutas should be enough to tidy this up. And it looks like Scan's army in the top right was not really able to do too much. Now, what is the tech choice as of Hive for MisO? We see the Defiler Mound, fairly normal stuff from him. Looks like he will finally start droning up at his third, knowing now that Scan's army is not there. And he will be able to hopefully defend the front here. We do actually see a Valkyrie in play, just to help push away those Mutalists the best they can. 2 Valkyries. I've seen Scan actually practice this quite a lot on his stream. This is a very strong timing push. And here we go, the 2 Mutalists are absolutely ravaging the Mutalist numbers at the moment. It looks like he didn't split them at all. Looks like Lurker's coming in from behind as well. All the Sunkens have been, or most of the Sunkens even, have been taken down. This Lurker should be able to delay just long enough for the army from behind to come in. Here we go. We come in with the flank. Looks like 2 of the Lurkers do actually burrow. They get a really nice spine off on the moving in Marine Medic. And it looks like MisO will actually clean all this up. Now Scan, unable to take third base at the moment. He's unable to really switch into those Vultures. Looks like he will off of just the 1 factory. And we will see a third command center coming up with his Irradiate. Still a fight going on at the front. Looks like the Marine Medic have been forced back. The third base is slowly starting to saturate. Look how many drones MisO is able to produce now. Even adding a Lurker Egg here just to make sure. And yeah, I do love Valkyries. Looks like we do have some Lings. Just checking around for any possible hidden bases. One thing Terrans like to do is when they get map control with their Medic Marine, they'll just send 2 SUVs to the other mains. And they will just try and take the bases. But here we go. MisO in such a commanding position this game is even able to get his 4th base almost immediately. His 3rd, at least gas is saturated. He doesn't really need to be mining the minerals too much. We do finally see a Nidus Canal up. And it looks like Scan going to move out on the map with his Medic Marine again. But is this really the position for him to be doing this? Looks like a free Overlord though, so that'll be quite nice for him. We see Radiate has finished, we see another Armory coming in, so he will be going into that mech switch. Now, where is he going to expand? Looks like he's sending the Valkyries to the bottom right just to clear out any Overlords and just really scout what's going on, because we are very likely to see some... Oh, that was a nice mine there, actually. The Lurker nearly killed it. That would have been quite useful. But here we go. This is one of the annoying things as Terran when you're trying to mech switch. They just send single Lings all over the place, and there's nothing you can do. It's a turn rate 1 minimap. Yeah, the minimap does seem a little bit slow. It's really weird. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe it's something to do with the replays, but you know what? It's happening. Maybe it's because I turned it off and on again or something. Hopefully I didn't break it, but we do see MisO just adding up to his 4th base. We do see 2nd Evolution Chamber coming in. This is pretty much exactly the same build he went for last time. Look at the amount of Lurkers at his 4th. He does not want to lose this 4th base right now. Drones coming in from his main and his natural through the Nidus Canal will be able to saturate this base pretty quickly. Looks like Scan will send some vessels up here to try and do what he can. Just irradiate anything you can, any units you can get, that's value. Looks like we did see some Lings trying to move in to cancel out this 3rd base, but it's not going to be enough. The Valkyries actually just moving around on their own. No mutas to speak of anymore. It looks like they will in fact get an Overlord, so pretty good use of the Valkyries here in the later stages of the game. We do actually have a lot of Scourge over here, but not really moving to intercept or anything, so interesting there. Looks like Scan will scan around, see what he can see. Does see that the third base is getting saturated, will see the sixth hatchery. Looks like he will find this hatchery going up as well, so the Vultures doing a pretty good job here. Looks like we'll see a Mind Drag. Can we get a Mind Drag? So close, but not close enough. And these Lurkers should be able to clean up these Vultures now. But Scan just being as annoying as possible. He has units absolutely everywhere in the map. We do finally see the barracks. Oh, this could be bad. Not stop Lurkers though. But these 1-1 Marines do take 3 Lurker Spines. And here we go, 1 Valkyrie is down, 1 is being chased. Is he going to be able to catch it? I'm not too sure. But looks like this Lurker just not able to kill anything. Too many Marines here. And we finally see... It looks like the Valkyrie should be fine. Yep, it will be saved by the bell. And looks like finally we do see the Satchery has finished. Looks like he's tried to be a little bit careful. We do see a vessel going down though, so any vessel that Scan loses is going to be a win for MisO. MisO happily mining off this 4th base, now has the Ultras Cavern on the way. Just units absolutely everywhere on this map right now. And yeah, I mean, it looks like Lings just moving around. We do see 1-0 is now done for the Zerg player, or 0-1 I guess, depending on how you say it. Looks like he will try and send 3 Lings just to split off and try and take out as many Marines as they can. Looks like Vultures down here and a Mine did clear up a lot of these, but this will be incredibly annoying for Scan to deal with, as he does lose his 4th and 5th. Well, he'll lose his... He'll delay this 4th command, so it doesn't look like he'll lose it. But look at this, MisO really cleverly just leaving a few Lings there, just to be sure. Just gonna take out the extra. Well, I say that and then they get caught by the Vultures. Cast a curse, but they were definitely going in for the other SCV that would have come up to finish that. But either way, it's going to be kind of annoying for Scan. It does delay this base quite a while. Looks like luckily enough he did start that one first, so we'll finish quite quickly. Looks like 2 Overlords in the middle of the map. Just dealing with this. Well, just trying to spot any mines they can. No Overlord speed as of yet. Can't really afford... Well, I say can't really afford the gas, but I think he's banking for Ultras, guys. I'm just saying, like, that's quite a lot of money. It looks like about 1k gas just went into something. So that's probably Ultras. We do see Lings trying to do what they can, clearing some mines, trying to take out some of the tanks for the Mine Drag. Not able to do it, but a nice plate does go down on the Medic Marine. Looks like two Overlords just flying around, not really achieving anything, but there is a severe lack of AA. Once these bio do go down, but looks like they will get cleaned up. And unfortunately for him, a nice drop does get intercepted here by MisO there. Nice pickup there with the Scourge. Looks like we have some idle drones. It does happen to the best players as well, guys. You don't have to worry when you look back at your base. Looks like we do see the Mulus switch coming back into play though. Mulus are a very strong option given the fact Terran will want to be building Vulture tank for a while. And this is going to be incredibly hard for Scan to deal with. Looks like he has his bio on the way, but he's going to lose so many SCVs in the meantime. Looks like Factories trying to go up here as well will be cancelled. And this all-important 4th and 5th gas will be delayed for just a little bit. Looks like a little bit of miss micro though, losing about 4 Mules without doing anything. A nice irradiate as well. Oh, but this could be a huge Mine Drag. Not quite. The Lings just a little bit too far back. And these Mules just trying to be as annoying as possible, but not good enough. Losing another load of Mulus here. 2 pure turrets there actually, so pretty good. Oh, this could be a really, really big Mine Drag. There's so many Vultures around that mine, but doesn't go off in the place he wants to. But these Ultras should be able to clean up most of the units here actually. A nice Mine Drag does go down, but the Ultras are incredibly bruised right now. And this is not a fight that MisO wants to be taking. He's going to try and burrow the... Oh, that's a really nice swarm. That will actually allow him to clean up the rest of this Medic Marine. No further upgrades. What 2-1 is done for the mech, and 2-0 is done for the Lurkers and the Lings. In fact, I think Lings are on 1-1 right now. But, no, 2-1 now. Either way, we have MisO just doing what he can, trying to do anything he can to actually do any damage to this Bioforce. Just trying to keep an eye on the map to make sure I don't miss anything. 2 Ultras actually moving in from the other side may be possible. They will actually take out all of this Bio. 4-1 Ultralisk and just 1-1 Marines. And not fight you want to be taking those Lings in one of the bases there. Looks like another mine will go down, taking out one of the fathers already, taking out another one. But these Ultras are wreaking absolute havoc on this base. They're even going to take down all of the Vultures here. They're going to get the they may even get one tank. No, they don't, but very close call. 2 Beatless on their own now. All the bio has been cleaned up. Will actually be able to take out, well, I say that and they're actually down here, but they will be able to take out as many tanks as they like. Looks like Lynx and Ultras streaming down to this bottom right base. And you know what, this is a pretty cool move by MisO, up at 325 APM, doing what he can to try and take out as many units at once. Looks like Vultures will try and move in and deal with this, but it's not going to be enough. The SCVs have been forced away from the 5th base. The SCVs are dead from the 4th base. And it looks like Scan may be falling a little bit too far behind. There's so many Lings and Ultras on the way to his mineral-only base now. Actually going straight down for this gas, knowing gas is the most important resource for him right now. He's denied this 4th base. He's denied the 5th base as well. And he's about to deny this 3rd base. The SCVs are transferring away. And Scan GG's and leaves the game. And MisO will end up taking the 2nd game in this series. Pretty damn well played by MisO. I thought at points he was going to lose, but you know what? In the end, he came back. His late game CVT is crazy. Okay, it said MisO didn't GG in the last game, so I'm just going to say they did, because you know what? We're mana here. We're mana. We're all mana. It's all good. And we are going to move on to the 3rd and final game on SouL's favourite map, Terra's favourite map. It is Fighting Spirit. Yeah, like pretty much MisO always GG's. Like, Blizzard didn't fix chat bug, they moved it to replays. That's pretty funny. I don't want to play custom. Okay, here we go. Let's go into here. And let's load up this 3rd replay. Play Terran campaign. I have done that by accident before. And in the top right, we do have the Terran player in the 2 o'clock position. It is SouL Scan. And in the 5 o'clock position, we do have the Teal Zerg, the winner of Clash of Char number 12. It is SouL's MisO. Oh shit. Thank you for reminding me about the timer bar. Yeah, good news, it is a long replay. I kind of screwed that up. I always forget about the timer. I'm too used to like IC Cup where it just hide the timer automatically. But nothing too crazy once again coming up from either player. No 8 racks, no 9 pool. Yeah, definitely no 8 racks. I did notice that Scan was on 8 supply, but that wasn't going to be enough. And we are looking like we're going to go into another macro game here. Now, let's just quickly update the overlay with the colors. It is brown versus teal, so let's quickly shove those in here. And let's get back to focusing on the game. We see the first supply depot on the way. MisO doing the very standard Fighting Spirit scout. They will always scout towards the closest natural. So I believe that usually ends up being in a clockwise rotation. So usually you'll often see Terrans scout in the anti-clockwise direction, or as the Americans call it, counterclockwise. Because apparently anti-clockwise isn't good enough. We see the 12 hatchery is on the way. The 11 barracks as well. We will see once again Scan not going for this 1-1-1 style that he did do in 3 games of the Clash of Char finals. Looks like the drone scout actually not going to be necessary in the end, as the SCV scout will... Wow, actually, Scan actually scouted clockwise. That's kind of... maybe that's coming more back into fashion, but when you watch Flash's videos, he said he always scouts anti-clockwise on Fighting Spirit, purely based on the scouting positions of the Overlord. But I guess this works as well, and it's certainly worked out in this game for Scan. Now Scan, using the, I guess you'd call it the mineral glitch, to glide through the drone trying to defend there. Looks like, wait, is this drone going to try and block the Sattery? No, it's the command center. No, it's not. Not playing like a Protoss player. Yeah, Brits do say anti-clockwise. I'm certain we do. Okay, we see no gas as of yet. If this comes up around 24 supply, we just might see that +1/5 racks. Given the fact that that build into mechs, which was pretty much developed and perfected on this map by Flash, we could very much see that here. He could go into the more Scan style of 2 Racks Academy. He does seem to like that quite a lot as well. Dinosaur? I'm sure anti-clockwise is a thing. I'm not insane, guys. I promise. We do see a third hatchery coming up as well. Interestingly, maybe it's because these guys were playing this when it was very late in the morning in Korea. They were awake from 1 AM playing in Clash for Char. It finished about 5 AM for them, and they wanted to play this immediately afterwards. Basically, MisO showed off a lot of 2 hatchery builds in the Clash for Char finals, but here we see him going 3 hatch each game in a row, and I think that's kind of normal. They finished at 7 AM apparently. I did not vote yes for Brexit. I am not going to bring politics in here, but I definitely did not vote yes for Brexit. If anything, people who say counterclockwise probably voted Brexit, but let's not go there. We do see MisO just droning up as expected. Leia on the way. Looks like a Ling will try and chase away this SCV. SCV, of course, only on 10 health now after all of that. Looks like MisO's Overlord is finally going to make its way around and will eventually get behind this base. But scouting last with the Overlord, not the best thing to be stuck doing. And whoops, misclicked. We do have, of course, just waiting to see where the spiders come up. Now, one thing I've noticed is one of MisO's sort of calling cards, I would say. He always builds his tech at his 3rd hatchery. Now, in a way, that almost feels too predictable, because you'll probably notice when Scan eventually does get his first scanners, which should be soon, he does have the Academy on the way. Once again, going for this 2 Racks Academy into 3 Rack style. No engineering bay in sight as of yet. Looks like we will see the scanners going down. Now, given the fact Scan knows how MisO plays, we're very much likely going to see him scan the 3rd hatchery first. So you know what, let's see exactly what happened. By the way, that dinosaur sound may have been a car going past. Cars are incredibly loud where I live. Looks like the Marine Medic Force are actually going to move on the map. There's 2 firebats here. This is going to be enough to deal with all of these Lings. No, it isn't. Really nice micro by MisO. Looks like we do have the first scan going down. Wow, he actually scanned for the Sunkens first. He knows that the Sunkens were up barely in time last time, and he will do what he can to try and force them more, but doesn't look like MisO's going to take the bait. The Sunkens have finished in time, and with only 2 medics, he's not really going to be able to push in there. Looks like we do have pretty consistent building. Wait, I say that, and then he just stops building. I guess he's adding his turrets, so he can't really afford to spend all his minerals on Marines right now. He does need to make sure he has that defense up, and this is why we do see the first Mulus on the map. They're going to fly up to the top right corner. Cars sound like dinosaurs. I don't know, but they are loud on the road I live in, so you never know. A long clock and against clock. I like that. That's good. Yeah, here we go. The Mulus are going to fly in. They're going to find themselves unable to do anything once again. Scan incredibly good with his turret placement. Actually, just turned off the wrong vision. We do see the scan going down. Just checking how many how many sunkens there are. MisO actually this time adding up to 5 sunken colonies, while he does get his Queen's Nest, skipping Hydralisk Den this time. MisO looks like he wants a very quick hive on this map. Now, do we see a drone? Yes we do, there is a drone hidden in the bottom left. Zergling will scout for this. And it looks like the Mulus trying to do what they can, unable to really make any damage happen. Look at the turret positioning by Scan, protecting his barracks from the front, protecting his ramp, and protecting his mineral line with an S of turrets. Here we go, or maybe a lightning bolt. But you know what, here we go, the Mulus are going to come in, they're going to try and do as much damage as they can to this SCV line, but they're going to be unable to find too much damage here. And thank you for the host, Sarah. Anyone just tuning in, you are watching a best of 3 show match between MisO and Scan. This is the final map, the final game, and the winner of this will take home the $15 prize donated by Fujikura, their clan leader. So both players, they played this immediately after the Clash for Charter World Finals. It was 7 AM in Korea by the time they were both finished. Looks like we do have another scan going down just to see exactly what's going on, trying to check for any additional bases. But little does Scan know, there is no third base on the way just yet. He is going for the hive. It's an S for sale. Oh man, it looks like the Mulus once again trying to move in, just trying to do any damage, but Scan's turret positioning just a little bit too strong here, even defending the gas there. Now here is an angle that MisO is going to find his way into the base. He's going to see both of the starports. This is a pretty important scout to make. But look at this, the Mulus getting completely trapped in by 2 turrets, actually losing a Mulus to the turret there. And that's not the best position for him to be in. He does need to keep his Mulus alive as long as possible. We do finally see the Hydralisk Den in play at the 3rd hatchery once again. And looks like he will scout the basically all the tech coming up. He knows there's no third base at the corners. He hasn't checked every other base on the map right now, but realistically he knows that with the hive this early, there likely isn't to be a 3rd hatchery. Looks like that drone did go down in the top left corner, the bottom left corner even, and it looks like the Mulus are going to do what they can to try and deal with these Marines. But unfortunately for MisO, there's not going to really be too much he can do. He's waiting for his Defiler Mount to finish up. Scan is adding up to his 2 dropships, or at least 2 vessels. Looks like we will have 2 vessels to start with, not going into the dropships. Given the fact that Mulus are still alive and on the field, he does need to do a little bit of damage. Looks like we finally have some lurkers morphing over here. Looks like Scan may have scanned for this. And here we go, they're going to move in. Actually cancelling the lurker eggs. This could be a big mistake here. Is he going to be able to get up to the ramp to block it? It looks like he will do. But this is going to be very annoying for MisO to deal with. Looks like one of the Marines does get up the top of the ramp. Here we go, the Mulus coming in from behind. How much damage are they going to be able to do? The first lurker on the ramp is going to go down. Are these going to be able to finish? It doesn't look like they are. But here comes the Mulus micro. Is he going to be able to muter down most of these micros? Micro down most of the Marines with the muters. It doesn't look like he will. Ling's coming in from behind as well, but it doesn't seem to be enough. This could be a problem. It looks like the lurkers will burrow. Cadenzi lurkers, they're not burrowing immediately. Both lurkers have gone down. And Scan, with his 4 Marines, should be able to cancel this base. And that's not all. Look at this second wave of Medic Marine coming in. The muters have actually been taken out. And it looks like this base is definitely going to go down. Yes, cancelled at the very last second. And MisO finds himself unable to take a 3rd base. Now look at how clever this is. Just leaving the 2 medics on the ramp, making it impossible for the Lings to actually get up, and giving the Marines free reign to do as much damage as possible. But here we go, we should have a Defiler on the way fairly shortly. We do have a lurker in the middle of the map. Defiler Mound is finished. Looks like Consume is on the way. Here is the first Defiler, of course. And looks like Scan just scanning around as normal. Looks like MisO going to go for the counter-attack this time. MisO needs to be careful. That is a Marine, I thought it was an SCV. But there is now vessels on the field. They do They will have Irradiate ready incredibly soon, but here we go, the counterattack is activating. No, it's not. MisO moving in, forcing a stim, and moving back out as well, just trying to save as many units as possible. But look at this, actually just making sure to pull the bio out of position as much as he can. Looks like he's been unable to retake this position, knowing that he can't really push up here, even giving up an Overlord to this. But here we go, the counterattack did move in ever so slightly. Looks like the Marines in the bunker and the Marines out the front were enough to deal with this, and MisO is in a very, very dire position right now. We do have a swarm, did go up at the front. It looks like some Marines did actually try and stim in, and it looks like MisO is forced to try and take this close to third, and this is not the best position. He's going to find himself stuck on 3 base. The vessel's still without enough energy for another Irradiate, so he won't be able to deal with these just yet. He may be able to take out this base regardless. He does have 1-1 now finished. Looks like he is going SK Terran this time. No mech switch is on the way as he cannot secure a 3rd base right now. And here we go. Is he going to try and get up this ramp? He has tried to stack the lurkers. This does make it impossible to irradiate both of them. But one lurker will not do enough damage to this Marine medic to actually deal with this. Of course, there will be a swarm here very shortly when one of the defilers comes up here. Here we go. The swarm is on its way. So MisO should be able to finally secure his 3rd base now. Is he going for a plague? It looks like he is. Only hitting two medics though, not the best. And you know what? Scan is doing a pretty good job right now. He's denying this 4th base. Looks like he will throw down a scan. Clicked off the wrong vision, man. I keep doing that today. But he will scan the front. He sees there's not many lurkers, but you know what? It doesn't matter how many lurkers there are. You're not pushing through a lurker on the swarm. A nice plague does hit 2 of the vessels, and this is going to make it a little bit easier for him to take them out a little bit later. But Scan doing a really good job with his macro. If we actually check the barracks, looks like I've checked at the worst possible timing as he's not building out all of them. But we do see 2 vessels on the way constantly. 2-2 is on the way. Factory is floating. And he is finally getting this all-important 3rd gas. And here we go, Scan coming in to the front again, just trying to put as much pressure as possible, waste as much of that Defiler energy and anything else. It looks like we did see some links trying to move up into the top left corner, but not really going to be enough to actually deal with this 3rd base. Scan even doing what he did last time, flying over a command center from his natural, may have even built it in his main with this SCV, but we do see +1 infantry armor, of course, done for the medics. But here we go. Looks like we will have a push in from both sides. Actually, the Lings on one side trying to do what they can, being forced away. But here we go. The reposition of the lurkers with the swarm is going to be enough to defend this. But he needs to be careful. Marines coming in from both angles. Can he get the Defiler under swarm? He needs to get the Defiler under swarm. No, he can't. But look at this, wow, the lurker actually went down to the Irradiate. The other lurker did go down to Irradiate as well. And MisO is going to lose this 3rd base. I think Scan may be able to take the game right here, right now. A huge plague, though, hitting pretty much every single unit of bio. The poor Scan had Scan not using the move patrol or move command micro, wasting all of the medic energy. Look at this. All of the, well, the newer ones have got energy, but the older ones just completely out of energy here. Looks like the 3rd base has gone down. Link counterattack did go up here and clear out some Marines and block this 3rd base from landing. But here we go, we see all of the SCVs transferring over to the top right. Looks like a small counterattack is going to go over. Interestingly, this lurker is still here. Oh my god, the Lings may actually get there before there's any units to defend. Looks like they may be a little bit too late though, as they will get up to these Marines, and unfortunately this counterattack isn't going to do too much. Now, what does MisO do from here to try and come back in this game? He is getting both his upgrades, but he's stuck on 2 gas. His natural is about halfway through, and his main is very close to mined out. MisO may find himself falling here against his opponent from the Clash of Char finals. This could be Scan's revenge match. He's going to try and move in. He gets a nice swarm down. How many SCVs can he get? Not many. Really nice lift will force all of the SCVs away. And it looks like we did have a push in from Scan. But the swarm and the Defiler, or sorry, the swarm and the lurkers is going to be enough to repel that. But there's units from MisO going absolutely everywhere. Just try and do any damage he can. but I don't think it's going to be enough. A Plague actually hits the dropship. The Scourge trying to move in to deal with this, but nice drop off. Oh, he doesn't save the dropship that was full of bio. So really nice pick off there by MisO, but units going absolutely everywhere in all directions. This drop is at 1 health. If only there was a Hydralisk here or something. But there isn't. The Scourge out of position. And the Spire is now under attack. Looks like a big amount of units did push in to make sure that third didn't rebuild. Looks like we do have Scourge trying to pick off any vessels they can. And I think MisO is in an unwinnable position right now. Unfortunately for him, we do see the Spire is actually going to go down. No Spire, no Scourge, no counter to the vessels. Looks like 2 Scourge do move in. Not enough. Those 2 vessels did get plagued. Only on 1 health. Looks like some Scourge just everywhere. Even a Defiler coming up to hopefully try and save this, but Radiate will take it down. And MisO is just stuck on his 2 bases. There's nothing much he can actually do here. And a nice Scourge does go down on the vessel. But MisO finding himself over 100 supply behind. This could be a very dire position. I've said that a lot of times this game. 3 Irradiates do go down. 4 Irradiates. Irradiates on every single important unit from MisO. And an Eraser trick as well. And Scan will take the best of 3 show match against MisO.